Hey guys, what's happening? My name is Performance V2 and welcome back to Let's Play Wind Waker. Now, before we even get anywhere near started in this episode, I would like to first off apologize for the major hiatus that went on. Well, I guess it wasn't major, it was like maybe a week, less than a week I guess. But I still do apologize for it happening. My mic was having issues and hopefully I have them fixed now. Hopefully I has it. I'm not gonna promise that, but I really do expect that I got everything working again. But also, I would also like to apologize for this episode. Now, I know that's not the most awesome thing to hear going into an episode, but let me explain myself real quick. I accidentally recorded this into the wrong format, and seeing that it might be a little bit better quality, but that's the only good thing I can really see about it. It's not so much that it's terrible lag, but you'll notice it, I'm sure. And also, the recording sound gets totally messed up when I record in this format. It records this faster, it records the game faster, but it makes the audio still as slow, so it's way off-centered the entire game. So all I can say is I'm sorry about that, but I'm just gonna slap on some music that relates to this game, and also I'll post-commentate. So sorry. I assure you the next episode is fine. I didn't realize that I had it set on this, but I did realize that I had it set on this after figuring out, hey, this doesn't look right. Why is it lagging so much? But, oh well, I got it to work, and it's all that matters. Also, one more thing, and it's not an apology, really, but I am going to be using, well, I'm not going to be anymore, but I was using GameFAQs a little bit here, and that's why you'll see me going back and forth on the map a little bit later. I was out of my mind confused. I had no idea what I was doing. I was going up to the top corner. I'm like, no, I'm not supposed to be here, am I? And nope, I wasn't. Oh my god, it's a squid. We'll get him someday, I promise you. I just didn't have enough bombs there. But I don't know. It was odd. I couldn't understand what the game was saying. It was different, to say the least. I don't know what just happened, but my game just froze. 1 second. Okay, well, hopefully I figured it out. I don't know, but the Pinnacle Studio just got frozen. Maybe I'll be a second off, but I'll try not to make any major reactions, as they won't be real, of course. But other than those things, I don't have much else to say. But I really do feel bad about having done that, coming back to a video and then just suddenly still messing things up. And I don't I'm kind of a perfectionist, if you didn't realize. I try to get my videos to be better quality. Not so much quality. I mean, I know quality isn't a major thing, but I try to make the, not quality as in video, but as in just overall quality of the video. I try to make it better every video. That's kind of one of my goals. I try to work on things that I know that I'm not doing majorly well in. At the beginning, I knew my commentary wasn't good, and I still don't think that my commentary is anything out of this world. So I'm still working on things to figure out, but it's an overall process. I mean, there's nothing you can just go into knowing, hey, I'm gonna be the master of this someday, because it's every single day you're working on it to get better, and in the end, sometimes it doesn't even matter. Is that numb? I don't know, but whatevs. I've been listening to my iPod a lot lately, in all honesty. Not Linkin Park so much, but I've been listening to a lot of Coldplay and some dubstep. Those are my two main bands, because dubstep is a band. I'm a musically ignorant 8th grader. No, but I do not think that some bands are the most wonderful for me to listen to, because I don't like the music that they make. But of what I don't insult any other type of music. Like, I don't like how everybody always yells, "Oh my God, Justin Bieber is the worst artist ever." I mean, if you don't like him, don't listen to him. It's not that big of a deal. But whatever. I mean, people think they hate him as a person, but I think it's actually a kind of a cool story how he went from going from YouTube to being like a major star in real life. Not that YouTube isn't a major importance in people's lives. It can be, and it's awesome for people that it happens to. Like the Shaytards and CTFXC, they're making a living off of it now. It's kind of cool. Well, I don't like talking about partnership too much because it's a very touchy subject, but since I don't have anything else to like rant about, I'll go ahead and talk about partnership. And I'm not going to rant about it. I'm not mad about anything in partnership, and I feel like partnership is an awesome thing because it allows creators to be who are noticed to get more out of what they're doing, because it helps both YouTube and them, as YouTube gets advertisement profits and they get some profits themselves for just making things that they like to do. But the one thing that I don't like about partnership is sometimes it gets to people's heads, like fame. And I guess you could say partnership is kind of like a touch of fame putting into somebody's body. If somebody who is, say, I don't know, 16 gets a partnership, then sometimes they think they're the king of the world because of it. And I know that I shouldn't be like mad about that, but honestly, when your ego boosts so much because you're a partner to the point where you think that people are less, or you're superior to people that don't have partnership, I don't feel like that's the type of person that should deserve it. I mean, that's a really mean thing to say. I mean, people deserve partnership if they get it, obviously, because they're doing something right. But I don't know if people who take it too far to the point where they think that it gives them a new ranking, then I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't say that they don't deserve it. Like, that's not right for me to say. I mean, sure they deserve it. They've been doing what they've done for a while, and they obviously got noticed somehow. So I think it's more of a they shouldn't think that way kind of thing. I don't know. It's a weird thing to think about. And with that, there's also celebrity fame. If you haven't noticed, there's people who have gone from, say, just like a high school person that doesn't have any major importance in the world to somebody who is all of a sudden this major, famous, awesome person that people want to be. And I'll think of an example is like some of the Disney people. Like, I don't know if Miley Cyrus has ever, like, well, I guess she wasn't popular for a while up until later. I think she's kind of losing fame at this point, but lots of people who have Disney shows, lots of people who have, like, Nickelodeon shows, they get their 15 minutes of fame. Like, what's his face? She Bang guy, whatever his name is, Wing Moo or something. It's really racist. But I can't remember his name. But if you know She Bang guy from American Idol, if you don't, then obviously you're not going to know what I'm talking about at all. But he went from singing that She Bang song in the Idol, whatever, and then all of a sudden everybody was just loving him forever. They were like, oh my god, he's the best guy in the world. Because he wasn't awful in my opinion, but lots of people thought he was like the worst singer ever. And he just got the fame from being that, and it was like, I know it's an overused cliche, but his 15 minutes of fame, and then, oh, it's William Hung, gotcha, awesome, and then all of a sudden, he thinks he's major, because he was on American Idol, and he performed, but after that, nobody even remembers him anymore, and I think it's kind of the same thing with partnership, kind of, not really, because you continue to be a partner, but, I don't think the ego is something that people need. Like the people, and I know I'm just going to sound like a fanboy, but I feel like Nintendo Capri Sun has kept his composure pretty well, because he doesn't really, excuse me, do anything that is out of this world. He's just done the same things that he's used to doing. So I think that's pretty cool. But I'm gonna say lesser, and that's in the sense of 1 million subscribers to say 10,000, and lesser, I'm gonna say is just like in the thousands to 10,000s range, and that's a lot of subscribers. I'm not gonna say that's that's low, because it really isn't. That's a lot of subscribers. But the people like that, I feel, are more prone to the ego. And I'm not saying at all that there aren't people who have ego and there are a higher subscriber count. And I know for a fact that there are people like that, and I can name some right now, but I'm not going to, because that's, who does that? But I just feel that sometimes there's a line between good and over the top. Lots of people just start doing things for the money, and I don't know. It goes from a hobby to a job, and after excuse me, after time, everything is work. Like, there's no getting away from it. I need a drink really bad. My throat is way dry, but everything is at work. Oh my god, that tastes so good after not drinking anything for a while. Alright. Jeez, talk about that for 7 minutes. Oh my god. Anyways, I also want to talk about Christmas, just because it's not so much near, but I'd say it is, kind of, because it is 2 months away. Which is kind of surprising, really, because it feels like school started a few weeks ago. Well, it does feel like I've been in school for a while now. I don't like being in school. I mean, school is good for education and whatnot, but I just like the ness of summer, because you can do whatever you want. It's nice. Yeah, my throat is bothering me. I haven't even been watching the gameplay at all. I've just been listening to the music. I love this song. Can we just listen to it for a second? What an awesome song. I can't believe how amazing Nintendo is with their music. By the way, around this point is where I figured out, hey, I can just go to all these map fish in all of the squares. I don't really care about a guide. So, that's what I'm going to do. Anyways, Christmas. There's a lot of things I want this Christmas. So, I talked with Santa, and we are supposedly going to be getting a few games. But what I'm hoping for right now is, I didn't actually talk with Santa, sorry to all those people who thought I did, but I made a wish list. Oh, another awesome song. This is the Lakitu Golf Course, by the way. Okay. Games. There are so many games that I want, like, no joke. I honestly just randomly know that I want all these games. Like, there's Luigi's Mansion, there's amazing games. I can't even think of them off the top of my head. No More Heroes, No More Heroes 2. I want that because of Upstart DJ, by the way. I started watching his No More Heroes 2 Let's Play, and then I was like, you know what, if I want this game, I don't really want to watch Let's Play, so I'm going to watch that Let's Play after I finish beating the game. I don't like watching Let's Plays or like watching any gameplay of that game. Well, maybe for like trailers, but like, excuse me, geez, sorry guys. I don't like watching any of that kind of stuff because I don't want any spoilers. I don't like reading anything. I don't know. I can't do that because playing a game without knowing anything about it is the best thing ever. Like Wind Waker, before I got stumped, it was amazing. And it still is amazing because everything I'm doing now is just completely blind. And I have no idea what I'm doing. Except for I did look up on GameFAQs to see what I had to do here. Like, in a moment, you'll see. I was like, what the heck? There's nothing over here, obviously. What am I supposed to do? And I was pretty smart to do the hook shot, but who knows? I don't even know what I was thinking about it anymore. My cat's playing with a leaf in the background. Games, oh my god, I keep forgetting. There's Kirby's Return to Dreamland. I don't know if I'm getting that this year, actually. I might get it later, but I definitely want it because I love Kirby games. I love Squeak Squad. Yeah, I was gonna say Mass Attack, but I was actually gonna say Squeak Attack, but nope. Just Chuck Test. God, I gotta stop doing that. Like, honestly, can you guys make me stop doing that? Squeak Squad was really fun, and it made me want to play more Kirby games. Like, I don't know why I didn't remember. Oh, first time seeing a blue chew, or a light blue chew, but or maybe it's just regular blue. Yes, regular blue. Okay. I don't know why I wasn't so into Kirby until I started playing Squeak Squad, and the person who actually got me into Squeak Squad was Lucky70X. I watched his Let's Play of that, and I was like, holy crap, this game looks good. And so I was like, you know what, I'm actually going to buy it, because usually I don't go out and buy DS games. It's one of the systems that I feel that the games for it aren't the best. Like, they're pretty fun, but they try to put a lot more than they can in DS games, as in they try to put, say, oh god, this is going to abruptly end pretty soon, but they try to put, like, major 3D, and they can't really handle all that 3D. Like, I'd like an SNES type game for the 3DS, or DS regular. I also maybe am thinking about a 3DS. But this is going to abrupt pretty shortly. It's gonna abruptly end pretty shortly. As I say right here. Sorry, this is going to abruptly end. But it's gonna end at 1640 because I didn't realize that I was on this recording setting, and my recording setting only goes for a certain amount of time. And so just click on the top. See you guys later. Bye.